This has to be the most biased pick ever.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
I mean, they just got their ass handed to them.
I think I'm chasing the value on this game.
I like my takes how I like my woman. Hot and questionable.
I'm way better than Tyler.
What are you doing, Lewis?
I'm laying the points.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Laying the Points. I'm joined today by Picano and Leui. Tyler, a little bit busy tonight. He's got softball class. He's probably going to pop in, give some picks real quick, briefly, but it's mainly going to be the three of us today. So yeah, you guys, how are you? How was your week? How are you guys feeling?
It was a great week. Great weekend, honestly. Football was back. I had a positive weekend. 4-1 college football, 3-1 NFL. I had a really bad fantasy week, but the first time in 4 years of doing this, I have moved on in survival after week one.
Wow.
Same, Picano. No more Broncos country. Let's ride for me. Fucking murdered me last year. Although I have no idea who I'm picking this week.
Right, Lou? I'm so proud of
Nice
myself.
job.
Proud of you.
Nice
Proud
job.
of you.
I for one had a terrible weekend. The Giants lost by 40. I was there. It was raining. You all saw the game when, as pretty much as bad as it possibly could go. So that was pretty shit. But football's back. Sorry for the Jet fans. Aaron Rodgers is not back. He is in fact out.
He's gone.
Yeah.
I feel like we all had.
It
very
was literally like
polarized-
it was literally like a family member had died.
Mm,
That was like a movie, bro.
it was
right?
Crazy.
Bro, it was literally like he comes out, the whole stadium was roaring. Like it was
He didn't even
incredible,
get a
something
yard.
to really
Didn't even
see, and
get a
then
yard.
boom.
Oh,
Here's our resident Jet fan now to talk about
a
the
resident
subject.
Jet fan.
Are you in your bathroom?
Yeah, I might be in my bathroom, but you know what?
Kids potting on the toilet. What a
But
Does that
legend.
really matter?
I have to pod for you guys, and I have to move fast. So when it comes to the Jets, absolutely upsetting. Obviously, there's really not much for me to say that you guys probably won't say yourself, because like being a Jets fan or not a Jets fan is really no different reaction. Like that kind of, it just absolutely sucks.
Same
But
old
it's just-
Jets.
Yeah, and it's like
Nobody
can't be
wanted to do
surprised,
that.
you know. With that said, let me just really quickly go into my picks, and then I have to leave. Last week I went 4-1-1, so great week for the
Great week.
first week of the pod. 4-1-1.
Is that total or is that for like?
That's total.
Okay.
That's total. I didn't really take many picks at all, and I've taken more picks this week. Nothing crazy, but we're going Penn State minus 14.5, but we're making it 14, of course. Georgia versus South Carolina over 54.5. Tennessee versus Florida under 58.5. Little risky because Tennessee is usually much faster moving, but their first two games, like, they didn't really move at a crazy pace. Last week against a crappy team, they didn't look good at all. And then Florida, they played D with no offense because Graham Mertz sucks. So let's go low-scoring game in a SEC matchup here. And then to the NFL, we're going Bengals minus 3. Big time bounce back. Get right week. They absolutely sucked, but everyone knows they ain't gonna lose twice. And everyone knows, including my boy iPhone 84 knows, the Bengals always lose to the Browns, but they always destroy them damn Ravens. You know.
They always
True.
do. They always
That's
get them
very
at a
true.
good time too, because now again more Ravens are hurt. Every year
Exactly.
they just get hurt these games.
Every year. So Bengals
Right before they
minus
play
3.
the Bengals too.
Bengals minus 3. We're riding Baker Mayfield and his team having hugs in the showers. I don't know if you saw that video, but
What?
during
What?
victory formation, he was like, "Great fucking game, boys. Now we all get to hug in the shower," like as a joke, and they all just
Shout
started
out to the
laughing.
Water Boy.
So it's
I was
just
gonna say.
it's just Baker Mayfield being a good guy. We're riding him because you know what? He deserves it. You know, I don't hate Baker. He gets a lot of hate from like Picano's idol, who like again is an idiot. So who cares what that guy says?
Don't you fucking talk about
But,
Uncle Colin like that.
But yeah, so you know what? I could root for Baker, especially on the Bucs. So we're going Bengals minus 3, Bucs minus 2.5. Then we're going Jags plus 3.5. This is not the Chiefs' year. Jags are built different. Jags plus 3.5. Revenge game from last year. You didn't think about that one, Alec, did you? Revenge game from last year plus 3.5 at home.
What is last year?
And then we're going Patriots plus 3 because they should have beaten the Eagles. Miami, everyone's going to, and their mother is going to be on Miami. There's just no way that you look at that game and you possibly think the Patriots are going to win. But home soil divisional matchup, we're going to ride with the Patriots plus 3. And then we're going money line lay, Broncos money line, Saints money line, Giants money line, Vikings money line. I don't have the odds on that exactly, but we're just going a couple 3 to 5 point favorites on the money line.
So those are some get right money lines aside from the Saints.
Saints, yeah, but the whatever they're called, the Panthers, they suck, right?
They do suck.
Bryce Young
pretty
stinks.
bad.
It sucks to be like sucks for that because I did like Bryce Young in Alabama, but he's too freaking.
He's a rookie
tiny.
QB.
He's a rookie QB and he's tiny as shit. It's going to take him more than 2 weeks.
He's got no help. He's got no O-line.
He's got no O-line.
It's going to take him more than 2 weeks to get right. You know.
He didn't play bad though.
Yeah, listen, his first interception, okay, but then I saw a video. His second interception was the same exact play, and Bates did the same thing. So they're like, if you're in the NFL now, if you can't learn from it once, you can't do it again. And he just did the same mistake twice, and it's like you can't do that. So again, will he be good? I hope so, but is he going to be good next week? No. So with that said, I am exiting out.
But
Enjoy softball, Tyler.
See ya.
I like those picks, honestly. I like the get right. I like the get right lay. I really do like.
He's a convincing guy, Tyler. He's a convincing guy.
Yeah.
Hundo P.
Well, did you guys see on the sheet the second he said the Saints? I had Panthers plus 3, and I literally just crossed the red out and convinced me.
I didn't see
So
that.
I got rid of it.
Panthers plus 3. That's just a terrible bet.
That would have been. I mean, it's a sus line, honestly.
They're at home. It's a home dog. It's a
little
home
sus
dog,
line.
but
Yeah.
Saints didn't look
Prime
good
time,
either.
but
Division home
yeah.
dog.
I mean, I imagine we'll end up talking more about those games he took, but there's no real like, damn, that's an awful pick that he gave. Like I can see his reasoning on all of them. I don't entirely know what that Jags Chiefs revenge tour is though. I don't know what he's. I guess they just play and win.
I guess the Chiefs must have beat them last year.
Did they play in the playoffs?
No.
Yeah, they that was the Mahomes foot game. The Chiefs beat them.
Oh yes, they did play in the playoffs.
Okay, I guess it's a little bit of a revenge spot, but I don't know. I feel like if anything, the Chiefs are going to be fired up after last week.
I agree.
One thing I was going to say before he hopped in, I feel like we're all at like very different spots of the spectrum in terms of our NFL teams after week 1, because Picano's kind of on the like, damn, his team's elite, and then I'm kind of on the yeah, exactly. Well, that's
not biased.
Halfway say that every year.
It's Alec. It's not biased. So I'm just.
Hey, you look good. You look good.
You look great.
Yeah.
You're gonna be right eventually.
Yeah, and then on the other side, the Jets are dead. So that's you get both ends of the spectrum there, and then I think.
And then on the other side, you look at the Giants, and you think, are they going to be in like the top 5 pick area? Because that team looked like shit. That's what you think when That's what I was thinking after the game. Like, okay, is this team about to pick in the top 5? I will say this though. Last year, week 1, playing the Titans, I think they were down 14-0 at halftime, and I'm saying to myself, Daniel Jones is out of here. This team fucking sucks. We're gonna draft 1 overall. I was at halftime. So listen, it's week 1. A lot of overreactions. Hopefully, like I'm not even that confident in it. Hopefully, they can beat Arizona, get that 40-0 bullshit taste out of their mouth, and move forward. But I don't know. Hopefully they can beat Arizona because that didn't look good.
I will say one negative thing that Brian Daboll said, and Lou, I really like Brian Daboll being too thick, gentlemen. Leaving Daniel Jones in the game until the final fucking whistle, that was...
Yeah, it was basically you were torturing him.
Yeah.
That was... Listen, Zach Taylor...
He said
but get him all the reps he
can. He was like, I was trying to, bring a positive into next week. Like, dude, you want to bring a positive into next week? Daniel Jones isn't dead already in the third quarter. Get him out of the game. That's the positive.
Yeah, Zach Taylor took Joe Burrow out of the game like the second he could. after he didn't want him to get hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe Burrow was
retarded,
also hurt in
but-
the preseason, though.
Alec, I will say though, the Patriots did look pretty good.
See, like, yeah, I'm on the other end of Lou, where like I feel like Lou's mainly negative, but a little bit of positive. I've got a little bit of positive now, but I mean, we still lost. We still started out
and you
with
still don't have a
16.
receiver.
If the Giants don't beat Arizona, they go to San Fran on Thursday of next week.
Fuck.
You know, the next Thursday, and they will be 0-3. They will be staring. They'll be 0-3, and their season's over.
Yeah,
You know?
I do take it back. I do take it back. The Cowboys are not the best team in the league. San Francisco 49ers are the best team in the league.
Yeah, Picano was wrong about that one. Fucking
way wrong.
Kenny Pickett, sneaky
way
MVP
wrong.
candidate.
Well, it was also too like Kenny Pickett looked lost. One, Mike Tomlin at home. I saw on Thursday there was a stat. He was like 16-4, and I think it was like 16-4-1 when he's a home dog.
Yeah, crazy.
Come on. Plus,
I mean, stats can only get you so far sometimes.
And then plus the defense had improved, and like this whole thing of like, oh, we drafted that old lineman out of Tennessee. He's going to be pretty good. They keep talking about that kid Washington from Georgia who looks like looks like the Hulk. Kenny Pickett's got weapons. Deontay Johnson gets hurt. Najee Harris looks slow as shit. That guy Jalen Warren also looks slow as shit.
Exist.
Yeah, non-existent. Kenny Pickett, honestly, midway through the game, going into halftime, change it up, Kenny. Take the fucking glove off. Have one glove on, one glove off. Maybe you can sling it a little bit. Okay? But to my defense, that was my only loss this weekend. And I wasn't upset about it because it was a shot in the dark. I was more upset about the fact of like there was no they literally let Kenny Pickett out to dry, and I'm so high on Kenny Pickett this year because
he didn't play though. Like, I mean, it's not like he was playing amazing and his weapons failed him. He wasn't playing very well either.
No, he was not playing well, and that's
at one point the total yards was 199-1.
Yes,
that's insane.
That team, that Niners team.
That's your team. That's your team is getting absolutely dominated. That was basically Giants Cowboys.
Yeah. I would say to myself too throughout the game, I was like, fucking Brock Purdy's like, I don't know if he's like it, but
he's a serviceable QB. Like,
he looked good. I mean, he didn't look terrible.
I think he's destined for like a Kirk Cousins role, where he'll be top 10, never top 5. I feel like that you can't. I mean, I don't know. I guess Brady is the 7th round pick, whatever, and is Brady, but no one else has ever that is the exception, not the norm. I feel like this guy doesn't go Mr. Irrelevant.
No.
For a reason, like
I think it's the system that he's in.
Exactly,
it's strictly this. He's strictly a system quarterback. If he was in Arizona, or
he'd be better than Josh Dobbs, but
like if he was in Arizona or Houston, he would not be who he is.
Yeah, very fair.
But let's go into college right now.
I got one more game I want to shout out later, but let's do college first.
I'm going to talk about two things in college. I will just briefly talk about Colorado. It's not a part of my two things. I'm briefly going to talk about it. I'm not going to stroke it off like I did last week. But
wait, Picano, I only have one pick. Can I just say it right now?
Yes, you may.
And I don't really know anything about the team that I'm picking. I do know a little bit about them, obviously, but I'm talking about like this year and their team. Michigan State Spartans plus 16 at home against Washington. I mean, they've won. They've been putting up numbers. 45 in their second game against Richmond. I didn't even know they had a football team, honestly. And Central Michigan 31-7. I mean, it's that's a lot.
But the coach just got fired.
Yeah, their coach just got fired because he had phone sex with a rape survivor.
That's even better. That's even better.
He's so fucked.
One of my picks is Washington. I'll put it out.
Yeah.
It's going to be
minus 16 too. It's just asking you to play it and they'll win by 17.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no. I'm taking him. That's my one college pick this week.
Jesus.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
shout out Spotty's head coach.
Lou, if you're gonna be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I had to think of like anything like you were gonna say, did not
never have been that.
Be the game
I thought you were gonna go with like I don't even know. I thought you were gonna pull some random Sunbelt.
I went through the ranked games. I seen it. No spread. You know, of course, none of the spreads are less than like fucking 20. So you got to pick something that's
the game's
a little reasonable here.
The game's this weekend.
Not a great slate. Not a great slate.
This is how you know. Like the games this weekend suck. Game day.
No, I'm sorry. I'm picking Alabama minus 32. Like what? They fucking low.
The games this week suck because game day and college game day on ESPN and Fox are both going to Colorado.
Yeah,
yeah. That's how you know this weekend sucks. So speaking about Colorado, I'm not going to talk about it too much. Great game, slow first half, but fuck. Bro, Nebraska might be the biggest dumpster fire of a school I've ever laid my eyes on. That guy, Jeff Sims, I know Tyler last week was
so bad.
He was horrendous. Bro, he's a turnover machine, one. But two, you have a turnover at I want to say at like they're in the red zone. I'm thinking to myself, they're in the red zone. Fumble right in front of you, and you don't even jump on it. There was 4 Colorado guys on the ball before he even saw the ball on the floor. Matt Ja Rule, God bless you, dude. Good luck.
Good luck.
I will say that was not one of my 2 things I was going to speak about. I'm going to talk about how the Pac-12 this year, and I hate that they're disbanding just because this year this is probably the best Pac-12 football we've seen
100%.
in 10 years. 10 years, probably.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. It's just icing on the cake, written on the wall that this was going to happen. Everybody and their mother knew that this was going to happen. Everyone knew that, okay, going into this year, we are going to see the Pac-12 be really good. And from top to bottom, teams are really good. Oregon State, UCLA, USC, Washington, Wazoo beating Wisconsin, which nobody saw that coming. Oregon,
Big Cat did allegedly.
Colorado, like all these teams that Wazoo, who hasn't been good in God knows how long, Washington, who hasn't been good in God knows how long, Oregon State, etc. These teams are just coming out of nowhere, and it's because it's in revolt to the Pac-12 disbanding. I feel for these kids. I feel for the schools, but like they all have homes now. I just hate that this is disbanding and just knowing now that the conference had potential because if you think about it, Caleb Williams probably going to be gone, but there's that chance he's going to be back.
100% going to be gone.
Chance he's going to be back.
Penix is going to be gone.
Penix is going to be gone. Bo Nix is going to be gone. Shed is probably going to be staying there. Cam Ward on Wazoo is going to be back, and so is DJ. And the kid in Arizona State. Arizona State is a dumpster fire of a football team. The kid in Arizona State looks good. He was supposed to go to Florida. He was like a top 10 recruit. Like, it's just ridiculous. But that's my one thing I'm talking about in college football. My number 2 thing I'm going to talk about is my Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em.
They're back.
Absolutely unbeatable.
They're back.
Unbeatable in that game. They are so back, and Nick Saban looked like he just looked lost because he didn't know what to say. Because Jalen Milroe in the first half did not play terrible. In the second half, he played horrendous. And it goes back to our conversation we had last year of weapons. When has this ever happened where I can look at Alabama's offense and not pick out one guy that I can say is that guy's going to be a sure-cut first-round top 15 pick? Jahmyr Gibbs barely was a top 15 pick. Barely.
I mean, yeah, I
Barely.
guess first
might have
round,
a lineman.
maybe. Yeah, like, it's just that the guys that go higher quarterbacks, and Bama's never been a quarterback university.
They're not a quarterback school. They're usually a
But-
receiver school. They got this receiver from Georgia who won the Natty on Georgia's first time. He had a touchdown versus Texas. He was okay. But if you look at Texas's like up to down roster, Mitchell, Worthy, Sanders, Baxter, the running back. They had another guy that was the other running back. The backup was good. Ewers looked great. They're comparing this team to the LSU team that also beat Bama at home. We are looking at a team that is a team of destiny, leaving the Big 12 to go to the SEC next year and hand the keys over to Arch Manning. Arch Manning's going to get the keys going into the SEC and also have a ring on his finger. Which brings me to my picks this week.
All right.
Because this is why I think Texas is going to win the Natty. This is why. Colorado money line versus Colorado State. We're going the little bro.
Money line?
Big bro. Yeah, I'm taking the money line.
Minus 28, Picano.
Taking the money line.
What the fuck is that?
What?
You
Taking the
can't.
money
No,
line.
you can't take a minus 20.
Yeah, that's not a play. That's
money
not a
line,
play.
Picano.
That's a play to me.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Well, it is a play because you got to think about it.
It's not a play.
You can't take a win on that.
Okay,
That's
fine. I
not-
won't take a win on it. I'm just saying that that's what's going to happen. Okay,
Well,
then I'll say
picking-
this then.
Nah.
Picking
The
Georgia
spread, the
money
money
line.
line, and the over. The trifecta. Spread, money line, over.
23, minus 23. Okay. Yeah.
The
I
spread,
really
the
wish.
money line, and the over.
Okay. I wish Tyler was here. Fucking Christ. Just taking a minus 23 money line against
then-
Colorado State. What are you afraid of, Picano?
I'm not
Take
afraid of
the
anything.
fucking points.
I'm not afraid of anything. I'm just saying, bro. Little bros come to Big Bro's house. Game Day and Fox Sports both gonna be there. They think it's gonna be a game. I don't. I think that Little Bro's gonna get fucking sent
No one
home.
thinks it's going to be a game. It's a fucking 28-point spread.
Yeah.
No one thinks it's going
It's
to be
just-
even
no.
close to a game.
It's a
The haters
chance to
think it's gonna be a
highlight
game.
Colorado in a dog shit week. Like, where else could they have gone? Georgia for Georgia, South Carolina? Or I don't even know where.
I thought they were gonna go to. I thought they were gonna go to Gainesville for Rocky Top.
Could go to games,
Florida.
yeah, but again, you get a chance to highlight Coach Prime. You're going to do it when he's
Yeah.
the hottest name in sports right now, probably. And all
So, yeah. So I'm going to the trifecta over spread money line. Next game, Rocky Top at Florida. I'm taking the Rocky Top. A Rocky Top is still a Rocky Top. Bang. Now going to the reason why I think Texas is going to win the Natty. South Carolina Gamecocks at Georgia. Spread is plus 27.5. I'm taking the Cox with the spread. I might sprinkle a little bit on the money line because I'm a fucking.
you're going to
nut
sprinkle
job.
on Georgia money line, minus 27 and a half.
No. Cox money line.
Oh, my God.
Cox money line. Spencer Rattler. Nobody is talking about. He is an over 80% completion percentage. Granted, he played Furman in UNC. Over 80
Urban!
completion
Furman!
percentage. I can't say it. They have a great offense. A freshman on defense who could be the next Jadeveon Clowney. Now, let's look at Georgia. They played two teams, UT Martin, and I think they played it's like UT Martin and
They
some
played
other.
two bad teams. Charleston
Two bad
Southern
teams.
or some shit.
Yeah, two bad teams. They only had 7 points going into the second quarter versus a
Played down
bad team.
competition, though.
This is real competition. This is a real team in the SEC going to Athens, playing a quarterback who this is only his second start versus real men on the other side of that Gamecock defense. Granted, this is a new Georgia team offensively with Stetson Bennett gone, Lad McConkey, receiver, probably going to be out versus the Gamecocks. He has a back injury. He was out last week. Brock Bowers has not proven to me that he is what people say he is. I like the Cox this weekend strictly because I think Spencer Rattler can eat up that Georgia defense. If he can do so, he's a top 5 quarterback. in this upcoming draft.
No shot.
Well, probably because he's already having an 80% completion percentage for UNC and Furman. Then if he continues to have a good
Furman!
completion,
Furman, Picano, I don't care.
if he
Fucking Furman, dude.
Oh my god, dude. Oh,
if he continues to have a good completion percentage versus Georgia in NFL style defense, you can't look at me in the face and say, okay, this guy isn't what we think he is. You can't say that. He is.
As much as I want to hate on it, you've been the savant of college football this year, Picano. So
Buffalo's Rocky Top Cox.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Maybe lay all 3 money lines.
I wanna I'll lay the minus 28 to go with the plus 28. There you go. It counteracts, but not really. I want to get into mine. I went for quantity over quality last week in college, and then I went for quality over quantity in the NFL. So I went 9-6 in college with a quantity play, 2-5 in the NFL for quality. So we're just going strictly quantity this week. I'm going to start. Everybody loves little Friday Night Lights, and the Tagovailoas are hot. Shout out to Tua, and shout out to, Taluya, his brother? Talia. Maryland, I'm taking them. It's minus 14.5, probably going to take the minus 14. It's honestly just a fade Virginia play. Fuck them. Next, we're going to the State University lay of Penn State and Florida State. Florida State's minus 26. Is Penn State really only 14.5? I thought the line was way larger. Anyway, I'm taking both of Florida State and Penn State's lines, as well as the overs in those games. Florida State's 47.5. The other one is 48.5. Penn State's is 48.5. Then Wake Forest minus 14. Going to ride them until they burn me like they did last year. Oklahoma minus 27.5. UNC minus 8. Picano, can your boy Drake May wake the fuck up for this game?
Oh, last week was
been
embarrassing.
ass this year. This guy's been ass. I mean, they won, but fucking Christ.
Last week was embarrassing.
Wake up. Duke minus 18.5. It's a football school. Washington minus 16. Talked about it. It's a karma game for Mel Tucker and MS Lou. I'm going to take Georgia State minus 7.5. They blessed up for me last week. They were minus 3, and they slaughtered UConn. So I'm going to take them minus 7.5. Well, I'm going to take the minus 7. Spread's minus 7.5. So, yeah, buy it back down to the touchdown. I also love the Rocky Top minus 6.5. Fuck Florida. And fuck Graham Mertz, because that guy is my OG nemesis from all the picks he lost me in LTP 1.0. 3 more. I've got James Madison plus 3. I've got Georgia Tech Ole Miss over 63.5. Need Jackson Dart to show me a little bit more before I go back to taking Ole Miss spreads. And BYU and Arkansas over 47.5 to close it out, because those are our boys, KJ Jefferson and Kedon Slovis.
Kedon Slovis. I didn't realize our boys are playing.
Yeah, those are
I
both
totally forgot. I totally forgot Slovis and Jefferson were back.
Yeah, they're back. They're balling out. So yeah, another 15 picks out of me. Don't tell me I don't give you quantity, guys. I mean, this is a dog shit slate, and I'm firing quantity. Let's do NFL. I'm going quantity again. So if you guys have a couple quality plays you want to talk about, I'll do the same thing like I did just now and rattle mine off at the end.
I definitely have a couple. I'm going to start with Chiefs minus 3, bounce back game, like you said before, Alex. We'll have Kelsey back. Jaguars really didn't look that good against the Colts. I mean, aside from Calvin Ridley, he looked pretty good, but the Jags didn't really look that good.
They almost lost.
Chiefs will be hungry. They're not going to start 0-2. They will win this game. It's up to 3.5 now, I see, but I would probably just take it to 3.
By the hook.
By the hook. I like these games. I'm not really going to count for much because the teams are kind of just unknown, kind of shitty. But I think a fun little parlay for some value: Texans money line, Packers money line. And I'm a Falcons guy, but if the Texans are going to win, it's probably going to be at home. Against another rookie quarterback, against the Colts. No Jonathan Taylor. And I kind of like I didn't really get to see the Packers last week, but apparently they look pretty good. They dropped fucking 38 points on the Bears, which, isn't that impressive, but it's still kind of impressive for Jordan Love. I would go Packers Texans in a fun little lay just for fun. Oh God, I think the survivor pick this week has to be Cowboys. Like it's either Cowboys or Giants, but the Giants
I'm taking
scare the shit out of me.
I'm taking Cowboys Bills.
I'm taking the Giants in survivor.
Giants just scare me, man. I don't
There's
know.
no way that they lose that game.
But there is, though. That's the problem. It's
But
Daniel
okay,
Jones.
obviously there is.
Peoples Jones.
Obviously there is, but it's the Cardinals. Like
I also think the Chargers might be looking, only -3 on the road in Tennessee. Tennessee looks like not like shit last week, but they didn't score. Did they score a touchdown?
No, they scored 5 field goals.
They kicked 5 field goals. Like Tannehill 3 interceptions. I mean, it's never gonna get it done. But somehow they're only +3 against the Chargers. That's interesting.
It's scary because it's a 1:00 game and it's a West Coast team going east, so it's really like 10 a.m. for them, and those just tend to be letdown spots. And
I just feel like it's a game that Mike Vrabel always
he'll get up for.
Yeah.
And he kicked a meaningless field goal last week to cover the spread, so fuck, he might do the same shit this week.
I'll take the Titans +3 officially, and I'll also take the Vikings with the points tomorrow. Another 0-1 team. Might be looking at 0-2 in the face. Betting against the Eagles is scary, but I think Vikings, they usually play close games. Like they lost close last week. They probably lost. They should have lost a few close games last year that they ended up winning, but they play a lot of close games. I think this would be close too. Philly's got a few starters I know already, so I think the
Kenny
Vikings
G
as well tomorrow.
Noted trade target.
I think my best pick though is the Chiefs. I think it's probably the strongest pick. And I'm gonna go Lions. I'm gonna go Lions -5.5 too, because Seahawks both tackles probably not playing. Opened at 2.5 up to 5.5. Not great, but I guess that's pretty much what happens when both of your tackles are confirmed out. But Lions defense is pretty good, and they play well at home on offense. Seattle didn't look good last week, so
Seattle looks horrendous.
They were really bad.
Detroit. And
Lost
also
to the
shout
Rams.
out Josh Allen. He sucks. I could literally pick him off. He was throwing punts.
Arm punts.
Guys are just running under them, and they were waiting 2 minutes for the ball to fall out of the air because they were already underneath it. Like,
It was in tribute to DeMar. He threw 3 picks in number 3.
Third and 2 on your own 40. Let's throw it 60 yards and try and score a touchdown. Like, dude, what are you doing? That's when you take off and run for your yards, and if you have to truck somebody, truck somebody. He wants to truck somebody on 1st and 10. Just no awareness, like situational. Like, dude, you need a first down, not a fucking touchdown.
For sure.
I don't know. He's a bum.
I'll go into my picks. I'm gonna agree with Lou on this one. Vikings +6. Gainwell is out. Who else is out?
Bradbury.
Bradbury is out, and somebody else is out. 3 Eagles players are out. Fletcher Cox is questionable, lean towards being out. Vikings is a get-back game. Really, really like the Vikings in this one. Like Tyler, unlike Lou, I do like the Jags. Both teams did not look good on Sunday. Chiefs more so, and I think it was a lot to do with Kelsey being out. But I don't know if you guys heard the news. Actually, 2 things in news. He is banging T Swift, and because of him banging T Swift, I do not trust that. In our fantasy league, I did trade Travis Kelsey to Tyler for Garrett Wilson, Hawkinson, and Brian Robinson. You two said that I was dumb. Jason Zhang's been. Oh, you haven't? I'm sorry, Alec.
I thought instead of getting Brian Robinson, you probably could have got like Ramondre, maybe even tried for Saquon. Like, I think you went low. I think you went low on yourself there.
I
Because
know.
Hawkinson's really good week is Travis Kelce's week every single week.
Yeah.
Every single week.
But this is the thing you gotta think about. He has a girlfriend now. He has a knee injury.
This is what you're
Old
factoring
man.
into it as well.
Like how
No,
I don't know how well he balances knee injuries and girlfriends, especially a girl on the magnitude that is Taylor Swift. With that being said, I'm taking the Jags plus 3.5. I think that this is a Chiefs down year. I think that they will make the playoffs, but I think they'll make it by the chin of their chin. And I like the Jaguars. I really do. I think Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley connection is there. But fantasy-wise, if people are listening, the Christian Kirk, Trevor Lawrence connection is gonzo. Strictly because of Calvin Ridley. I also really like that kid Tank Bigsby from Auburn. Thought that kid was a tank.
He almost threw the game.
Hence the name, though. Tank.
But he almost threw the game.
Yeah, he probably had the spread.
I guess, but
Possible.
yeah, he was a dumbass that stood there with the ball in his hands.
Next pick, like my survival pick, like I said before, Giants money line. I do not see the Giants losing this game. I do not. This is a get back game for Daniel Jones, get back game for Brian Dable, get back game for their defense, get back game for the entire organization after the demolish that the Cowboys did to them. T's and P's to every single Giants fan. Now on to the next one. T's and P's to every single Jets fan. I'm taking the Cowboys money line here. Just because
minus 9.5. It's just it's why we have the Picano lay Picano. Fuck.
Fine, I'll change the minus 9.5.
Okay.
Minus 9.5. I'm taking the minus 9.5.
It's like a minus 500 money line. Oh Jesus.
I took the minus 9.5.
Okay, all right.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
I like Zach Wilson.
Micah Parsons is gonna kill Zach Wilson, and
He's seeing ghosts.
and we're gonna see what Dak Prescott can do versus that defense. I also Tyler disagree with me. I don't know if you guys disagree too. Sauce Gardner gave up 6 receptions for 70 yards. He is not that good.
That's just cap.
He is
It's
still
not
very
Cap.
good, but he got beat a few times. It happened.
Just cap.
He got beat.
I could probably get beat if he
I don't
got
think he's
by
that. I don't
Stephon
think he's that
Diggs.
good.
I could probably. I mean, I don't know. Stephon Diggs is pretty good. I could probably get beat by him.
I mean, I probably can too, but a guy like Sauce Gardner should. So I'm gonna take the Cowboys 9.5. Last pick.
Strictly because of Sauce Gardner. Don't ignore all the shit about Trayvon Diggs and the yards that he gave up.
Well, Trayvon Diggs is one of the best corners in the league. So is Stephon Gilmore. So, anyways,
They looked pretty good on Sunday.
they did. They looked like Darius Slay and Bradbury last year. What they had for the Eagles.
Yeah,
I mean, they really didn't even have to do much on Sunday.
it's true.
Giants
That is true.
Their pass rush was just getting home and raping Daniel Jones every play he could. So, kudos.
My last pick. Browns at Steelers. Again, Steelers are the home dog. I'm taking the money line on the Steelers. Get back game for Mike Tomlin. Get back game for Kenny Pickett. I do not see Mike Tomlin dropping 2 at home. Especially
like that.
to that Browns team. I do not think the Browns are that good. Uncle Colin has the Browns as it's like top 5 team. I think it's like number 5. Stephen A has the Browns at number 4.
It's the same thing
They're a
every
good
year with the
football team.
Browns. They're gonna end up being the same old Browns.
I mean, I'd hope so.
I mean, they do have a good football team. Like, their team is good.
They just
Like they
lost
played
Jack
well,
Cleveland,
but
though.
I think it was more of the Bengals were just dog shit week 1.
They just lost their
Yeah,
right
but
tackle.
besides, they
Jack-
always beat the Bengals, but they still have a good team.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's
their
well,
defense is pretty stacked. The Darius Smith, fucking Myles Garrett,
some weapons on offense.
Yeah.
Cooper, Chubb, and Njoku, red zone.
Njoku.
They could get it done. I
They
don't
have a
know.
good offensive line, too.
They just lost Conklin though.
Yeah, Conklin's out, but their offensive line, for the most part, is pretty good. I think they have, Mack, Willis.
In the league, fucking hell.
But, yeah, those are my picks. Vikings +6, Jaguars +3.5, Giants money line plus the survival, Cowboys -9.5, and Steelers money line. Also possible attendance at the Panthers Saints Monday Night Football game.
Okay.
So if that works out and I do end up going, just because I live here now, I'm probably going to take the Panthers money line.
That's fair. That's a fair play, though.
It's a fair play. I mean, like Bryce Young's first game, it's going to be packed. If that happens, then I'll take
Sprinkle.
I'll sprinkle the money line.
Yeah. All right, I'll hop into mine. Just gonna rattle these off. I'm gonna take Falcons money line. Not buying into the Packers. They destroyed the Bears, but the Bears might just be a cursed franchise at this point. Smoking Jay Cutler just haunts them forever. Lou's actually convinced me to change my pick on this. I was going to go with the over in Detroit-Seattle, but I'm instead going to go with Detroit spread, ride with my boy Late Uwe. I'm going to take Chargers -3. I outlined why this is scary. West Coast game at 1, Vrabel covering the spread, but fuck it, we ball. Bucks -2.5. Again, Bears just kind of cursed. Bucks got it done last week. We are officially split on KC. I am on KC with Uwe, and then Tyler and Picano on the Jags. Again, it's a get right. The Jags just they should have lost that game. Really, they really should have. So yeah, I don't know. I like KC. It's a lot of road favorites I have this week. Looking at it actually. Niners Rams. I'm gonna go to the Overs Club. Game we haven't talked about. We saw that the Niners could probably put up the 45 themselves, but I liked the Ramley before the season. Now Cooper Kupp being out kind of hurt my feelings, but then they balled last week with Puka Nacua and fucking Tutu Atwell. So
Puka.
I kind of mess with the Ramley, and I wish I had been stronger on their overs like I had planned on before the season. And then
if they stay healthy, they'll be a good team.
Yeah, I think they were not going to be great, but they're going to get 2 free wins versus Cardinal. You know, they've got an easier schedule from what I remember.
They'll be better than I thought, but if Stafford gets traded to the Jets, which
he won't,
he won't.
I don't know who they play next couple of weeks, but they already won a game. They're probably going to lose this week, but outside of that, who knows? Jets Cowboys taking the over in that as well, 38. Cowboys put 40 up last week, so just do it again. I know these two defenses are good, but I still 38's not a lot. Broncos Commies 39, however, too many, taking the under. These offenses stink. And there was a trend I saw on Twitter that said Broncos under. It was some garbage that I didn't actually think correlated, but fuck it. And then I'm going 3 prime times, 3 road favorites, -3, Miami Saints and Cleveland. I faded the Pats last week and it worked. The Pats did look good, so I got a little bit of hope. But I'm gonna go with Miami. They looked so
Wait, does this
good.
say there are 2 Monday night games?
There are 2 Monday night games this week.
Why?
It's just this week. I don't know. They do it once a year or some shit.
Interesting.
So yeah, Saints at Panthers and Cleveland at the Steelers are both Monday night.
Same time?
Yeah, they did again. They did this last year.
One game that's like a East Coast, one's a West Coast.
I think they're a little bit. I thought they were a little bit staggered, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I just like the road teams, and it's more like the Pats looked good, but the Panthers and the Steelers look terrible. So I'm mostly fading them for the other 2 games, and Miami just looked good. So yeah, that's my card. And
I like that.
I'm ready to go. I think I've got 26 picks this week that I gave out, so I feel like one of them has to hit at least. One of them's gotta.
Alec, before we wrap up,
that's the spirit, Alec.
I have a question for the 2 of you.
Of course.
Who do you think is going to be the next Jets quarterback?
Zach Wilson.
Going into the rest of the season. Do you see Zach Wilson
starting in 1 week? I don't know. Or we say I don't know. Are you giving me a cutoff, or is it just I think Zach Wilson's going to be the quarterback?
By Halloween, who's their quarterback?
I think it. Lou, you want to start? I've got a few ideas.
I have three ideas.
I think Minshew's probably their best bet.
Who'd you say?
Minshew.
Minshew. Interesting. Yeah, they could do that.
Minshew mania.
Oh shoot. I would like to see Jameis get a call. That would be fun. We've talked about it in the group text. But Kyler, like, why not take the flyer on him and you could be done with him after this year? Oh wait, no, you can't. Never mind. You got it back.
They would be bankrupt if they had him.
They would be, yeah.
It would be fun to have him there.
It would be interesting if it could financially work. It would be sick.
It would be sick.
Maybe
Yeah.
that wasn't what we were talking about. Yeah.
No, we talked about that.
Again, it would be sick. I just don't think it can happen. Now that for some reason I was like, oh yeah, this is the last year of his rookie deal, so they can be done with him after this year. That's just not even close to the case. Not a bag. But maybe the Cardinals have to eat a lot of that. Didn't he get a lot of guaranteed? I don't know.
Yeah.
Those would be good. I feel like. Who were your three names? Picano.
Jameis is one.
Love Jameis.
Jameis.
Andy Dalton's two.
No. Doesn't move the needle.
Doesn't move the needle, but like they can, I think the Panthers would give him, the Panthers would either cut him, they would do something to get rid of him. I think Andy Dalton, proven guy, got to the playoffs a couple times.
I'd rather stick with Wilson after him being in the system under Rodgers' wing for the whole offseason.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. And then three is Matt Ryan.
No shot.
I think Matt Ryan has a serious case for it. I don't think that
Matt Ryan.
He looks so terrible, Picano.
But Matt Ryan,
He might have been the worst Colts QB out of that god-awful carousel of him, Carson Wentz, fucking who else was there?
He would die back there.
Set.
He would die back there.
No.
Matt Ryan has
He
played
would
in that
die,
offense.
yeah.
He's played in that offense before.
With no line at 40 or whatever he is now, I don't see
Yeah,
that
he can't
happening.
move.
He put his name in the ring. He said,
Yeah, of course he's gonna say it.
who I
He wants to
don't
get
think,
paid.
who I don't think will be the Jets quarterback is Zach Wilson, Cam Newton, anyone with a big name. Look, I don't
Yeah, it's gonna
think-
be Colin Kaepernick 7 years after he's
Yeah, I
played a
don't think
game
Kaepernick has a
and he's at
chance. I don't think
30.
Big Ben. I don't think Phillip Rivers would do it. I don't think any of those guys would do it. I think the
No
only
one's throwing those names out though.
ESPN put out a chart, and they were like,
Look
"These are all
bad.
the names. These are all the available quarterbacks that have experience."
I
And
think it could also be Carl Wentz.
it
as
was-
bad as he
it
was.
Wentz. They also said Case Keenum, which I actually didn't hate.
He's been a winner. He's been a winner before. Minneapolis Miracle.
Case Keenum's interesting.
I feel like he never got a fair shake for.
He's in Houston right now. He's technically the third string behind Mills Mafia.
Where's Jacoby Brissett at these days? Again, another guy that's been a winner. He's in Washington.
He's in Washington.
And
Jacob.
I don't know. You could get Taylor Heineke from Atlanta. All guys that have won games filling in the past. It could call up Fitzmagic. Nice little reunion.
Hey, maybe you're a boy. Maybe you're a boy
Tim Boyle. Maybe he's the future. This is the chance he's been waiting on, sitting behind Rodgers all these
He
years.
can be Tyler's Brock Purdy for up until December. Do you guys think Rodgers is done? I think he's done.
No,
Probably.
he's too much of a competitor. He's gonna want to pull. He's gonna be pissed off. He's gonna want to play next year.
40 years old, coming off an Achilles,
I mean, he may not be good, but he's gonna play.
going into the darkness.
He's probably gonna go into the darkness for the next year.
He should already be in the darkness.
Yeah, his whole life is darkness. I also I don't know which podcast it was, but it's a lot of guys when they hang it up, they're like, oh, I want to spend more time with my kids. I want to spend more time with my wife. He ain't got no wife. He ain't got no kids. He doesn't fuck with his
Uncle Colin
parents.
says that.
It was not.
Colin
I
and
don't
Matt
listen to.
both said that.
It might have been. I might have heard it on part of my take. I think. I don't know, but yeah, that was. It's just he's got like he's playing for himself. So I think he'll be back. I think he'll be back. But
The
anything
only
else?
reason why I say he doesn't come back is just because he went into the darkness and was contemplating not coming back. And the reports coming out like today with like this is like day 2 of him, like everyone finding out that his Achilles is gone. The reports came out that apparently he's went to Joe Douglas and Salah and Hackett and basically said to them, this offensive line cannot be the offensive line going into week 1. Said it to them. He said Becton wasn't ready. He said the only guy that had any sort of clue what was going on was McGovern, the center, and Vera Tucker, the right guard. You can't. You literally and it makes sense. You can't have a guy coming off 3 years of injury, Mekhi Becton, expect to do anything, and then you have who's that fucking guy? Who's the left tackle? Brown, Dwayne Brown.
Yeah, he's like 39.
Who's 40? Who's also 4 years old.
Again, he ended up.
Miller play.
But he came back from the darkness because he was pissed off and wanted to win. And I don't think that's going to go away. Like, I don't think him tearing his Achilles changes that. I think he's going to work his way back. He'll be good. Again, he may not be very good. He may suck next year. But I think he will be in a Jets uniform playing football.
I think Bakhtiari is I think Bakhtiari will be a Jet next year if he comes back.
He doesn't want to play at MetLife. That field is cursed. He's like one of the biggest proponents of change the field, and MetLife is a noted.
I gotta go.
All right, adios, Leui. You know what? We're gonna wrap it up for this week. Adios. Enjoy.
Bye.